All right, let's talk about something really powerful today. What if you could actually master your thoughts and emotions before they even get a chance to run the show? We're going to dive into this idea of being the gatekeeper of your own mind.
So to really get this, I want you to try something with me. Just for a second, picture this. Your mind is a house, and everything that makes you, you, all your energy, your focus, your time, it's all stored inside this house.
And inside this house, think about the rooms. You know, the kitchen? That's where you keep all your energy. The bedroom, well, that's your space for rest. And that entertainment room, that's your focus, your attention. Even the food and water have a purpose here. The food is your time, and the water is your emotional energy. All this incredibly valuable stuff is inside your house.
So there you are, inside your house, with all these amazing resources. And then you hear it, a knock at the door. And that's when the big question hits. Who is it? Who's trying to get in?
Well, these visitors, they're your thoughts and your emotions. And they can be anyone, right? Sometimes it's anger knocking at the door, or maybe it's laziness or even fear. But hey, it's not always bad news. It could be inspiration showing up, or desire, or a big dose of enthusiasm. The point is, they're all just standing there on your doorstep, waiting for you to let them in.
Now, listen closely, because this is the most important part of this whole idea. That tiny moment when the visitor is at the door, but before you open it, that is the one and only moment you have total 100% control.
Right there at the door, you've got a choice. It's a simple fork in the road. You can reject the visitor. If you do, that thought, it just doesn't get in. Your energy, your time, your focus, it's all safe. You're still free. Or you can approve. You can open the door. And the second you do, that thought comes right in, starts eating up your resources, and guess what? You're now stuck playing host.
And here's the scary part. The source material puts it so perfectly, I have to share it. It says that once that thought is inside, quote, it is no longer a guest, it becomes the master of your house.
And think about it. What does a master do? They give the orders. Suddenly, your actions aren't your own. You let anger in, bam, harsh words just fly out of your mouth. You let laziness in, your plan to study just evaporates. Fear gets in the door. Good luck making a clear decision. You've literally just handed over the keys.
So, okay, this sounds a little bleak. How do we protect the door? Well, there's a solution, a concept called sankalp, which basically means resolve. I want you to think of your resolve as the bouncer, the gatekeeper, standing guard at the door to your mind. Its whole job is to be this conscious commitment to your bigger goals, and it gets to decide who's on the list and who gets turned away.
Now we have to be really clear about something. This isn't about suppression. That's a totally different thing. Suppression is like the unwanted guest is already in your house, causing a scene, and you're desperately trying to shove them into a closet and lock the door. It creates so much tension, and it never lasts. Resolve is way smarter. It's the clean, simple act of just not letting them through the door to begin with.
And what's so cool is that this whole analogy lines up perfectly with what's happening in your brain. Your resolve, your gatekeeper, that's your prefrontal cortex, your thinking brain, the part that makes long-term plans. And when you just fling the door open for any old emotion, that's your limbic system, your feeling brain, taking over with pure impulse. So, practicing resolve is literally you choosing to put your thinking brain in the driver's seat.
Okay, so this gatekeeper concept, this resolve, it's obviously a huge deal. But here's the thing. It's not something you either have or you don't. It's a muscle. It's a skill. So the real question is, how do we build it? How do we make it stronger?
And it really comes down to a simple 3-step practice. Seriously, you can do this all day long. Step 1, acknowledge the knock. Just notice that a tempting thought or feeling has shown up. Step 2, and this one is everything. Pause, just for a second. Create a little space. And then step 3, in that space, you make a conscious choice, one that actually lines up with your goals.
Let's make this super practical. Imagine you're supposed to be studying. You hear the knock, it's that voice in your head saying, let's just relax today. Instead of immediately giving in, your gatekeeper steps up and says, nope, we're going to study for 30 minutes, then we can talk. See? You didn't fight it, you just took back control right at the door.
Or how about this one? We've all been there. The alarm goes off. That knock is the overwhelming urge to just hit snooze. Your resolve doesn't need a big debate. It just gives a simple command. Okay, counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, feet on the floor. It's that tiny, decisive action that proves who's really in charge of the house.
And this is really the whole point. Strengthening your gatekeeper isn't just some small mental trick. It changes everything. Because when you get right down to it, your life isn't shaped so much by what happens to you. It's shaped by the quality of the guest you choose to let in through the door of your mind.
So, as we wrap this up, remember, this power is 100% yours. Your gatekeeper is on duty right now as you're listening to this, so the only question that matters is, who are you going to let in today?